Hello, beautiful souls, beautiful people of Earth who are tuning in to Levitate with Tate and the Oracle 8, my spirit guides, my spirit angels, my spirit animals, God, Archangel Michael, everyone who tunes in and helps me out, who reaches down and lifts out a reaching hand to me. It's going to help me, guide me in a message today for you. A little fortune cookie is what I like to call them. Just a little fortune cookie. Something, just a little something to chew on, you know, a little message from the universe. And so we have the tree, number 5, or the 3 of clubs. We have the 8 of spades, number 32, or the mountain, or the ring, number 23, Queen of Hearts. Okay, so go ahead, take a minute. I'm going to put these 3 cards up on the screen. Before you meditate in on that, go ahead and put me a little like, subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and pick your card, and there's timestamps below, and we'll see you on your fortune cookie. Hello, pile 1, tree number 5, and the 3 of clubs. And the clubs are also wands, so it's like the 3 of wands, okay? And we also have the tree, which is a sign of good health. I love trees. I'm like a tree whisperer. I'd be like a druid. I love all the druid mythology and spirituality. I love it all. So let's see here. I apologize ahead of time. My animals, there's a big old buck in my yard, and I went to go let my dog out, and he was just resting there, okay? And I live in a city, okay? It's a city in the mountains, and I've always preferred, like, the mountains, okay? But I do believe that these bucks are smart enough to know when it's hunting season. They come to, like, the edges of the city. Like, I have a forest in my backyard, not like a forest, but there's like a land with trees, and they tend to want to hang out there. And so I had to, like, I take my dog outside without his leash on, and he wanted to go attack that deer. And so he's been persistent on going back outside. So you might, and he's a husky, I can't cut his nails too short, so you'll hear him clicking and clacketing around. I apologize ahead of time, and my cats like to make crinkling noises. So here we are. Okay, my children are asleep, so that works with me. All right, 3 of clubs. We got the tree, the highest of hopes. All right, the tree, the highest of hopes. I was talking about the forest and the highest of hopes. Just like the little deer with the buck who hides his hopes just to make it through hunting season. Okay, sometimes we just have to take things day by day to make it to our highest hopes. Like, sometimes we think they're so far out of reach, but this is like to remind you that nothing is impossible. And a lot of people just cannot see the full picture, so they just give up, right? Like, there's no way, there's no possibility, there's endless possibilities, there's infinite possibilities. We live in a multiverse. Give that up, okay? You do not need to know the path. The spiritual realm knows the path. All you need to ask for is the path. Just say, I want to get there. Try to see what the next step is. That's all you need to know. If you do not know this next step, just ask, can you please show me the next step I need to take to get to my desired destination? You know, like, it's like I look back 10 years ago when I started on my healing journey, and I would have never thought I'd be where I am today. I'm almost done with my master's, and I live in a whole different state. Okay, so yeah, we have the Sun, and we have the Fool in reverse. Okay, so I definitely think that there are going to be new beginnings offered to you soon, and he's tiptoeing. He must have heard me. That dog is something else. Okay. And I think you're going to have the opportunity to really fulfill your highest hopes and have everything you've dreamed of. And you need to be able to take that leap of faith. It's going to be a change, I feel. And I think that you may have a hard time letting go of something that you need to let go of in order to move forward to your highest hopes. I think that this journey is something you need in order to grow. I think that what you're reaching for is definitely something you're meant to do. It's something to fulfill your potential and your purpose, and it will give you a fulfillment, like an energy within inside of you that will burst forth through you, and it will inspire others. However, you're at this point right now where you know, you need to like collaborate with others. I think that the issue is that there's perhaps something different about the next step in your process that you're not familiar with. Perhaps you need to collaborate with other people and reach towards home, reach towards the roots. You know, like, I think part of you needs to let go of something. Just give me one moment. I think, you know, I'm really drawn to how she's reaching up towards the sun. The tree needs to reach up towards the sun, right? And the tree also, the Three of Pentacles is very earthy, and the tree is in earth, okay? Here we have the earth upside down, okay? And here she's on the earth, but it's almost like she's not on it. To me, it's almost like she's reaching up to the sun so much that she's not grounded. So I think in order to move forward, you're going to have to let go of something, but ground yourself in the same in the same step. So, you know, the Fool it's generally positive, it's generally innocent, it's about the next chapter, but however, it's in reverse. So your adventure may be something's holding you back, you know, and it could be distractions, irrationality, it's naivety, a lack of direction. So the new beginning is going to come either way. Don't mistaken holding on or your lack of being able to move forward or your non-awareness as something like it's gonna happen either way. And this is your opportunity. There's going to be an opportunity in your present coming up soon to where you can grow and into your fullest potential. That's my cat eating dog food. Okay. Grow into your fullest potential. And in order to do so, you're going to have to let go and trust in the universe. Everything is going to fully align. You're not going to be able to have control over the whole process, but you have to understand that this is part of the process, is letting go and trusting the universe. And that's the only way to reach your full potential. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Swords here. Here. Eight of Swords. Okay. I'm gonna get a Oracle card too. Okay. So I definitely think maybe you have like put yourself in this mental prism and you're boxing yourself in and restricting yourself somehow. It's mental. It's like a mental thing. Like you're really just doing it to yourself. I don't think it has to do with, you know, I think that you understand what you need to do and you understand the messages I've been saying. And it's just harder. It's easier said than done. And I understand that. And sometimes it's like impossible to let things go. And you have to make hard decisions in life. But that is what's happening in your life right now. Is you're going to have to, you know. And there goes my other cat. I think they just do that to try to get. There's grapevine. Okay, grapevine's good. Grapevine's a great card. Okay, so like grapevine, it's literally calling out to your desires and asking for exactly what you want. Okay, so like I said, you can get whatever you want. You can reach your fullest potential. The grapevine will reach out into anything and keep growing, and it will grow on a fence. It will grow on a pole. It will grow, you know, anywhere. And and the potential that grapevines have, I mean, they turn into wine, which is sold for thousands of dollars, sometimes even more, you know. And so I think that, you know, in order to grow into that wine, the grapevine just does not care what it has to do. Oh, look, we have more vines. Oh, she's a Nikki. A Nikki lady. She's pregnant too. Okay, so yeah, that's like, you have the possibility. Can you see that? That's okay. To do whatever. Why did I grab another one of those instead of another oracle card? That's interesting. Okay. Guess that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna do this. And I am gonna get another oracle card. Okay, so there's a lot of growth here. Okay, there's going to be the opportunity to grow exponentially coming up soon. And you've got to understand that in order to do so, you're going to have to let go of some things. It's pretty much, I've said that over. Is the Seven of Swords is the potential, or the Seven of Pentacles is like the potential for success. You know, you're impregnated with these great ideas, and you can reach up and touch the sky pretty much. This is what Spirit is saying. You have the opportunity to get exactly what you want coming up. But it seems like there's something holding you back, and it's a mental prison. And I think that perhaps it's something related to childhood trauma or some sort of trauma where you don't think that you're going to be able to do it because of what you've experienced in the past. And I think you need to pray to Spirit, ask for your deepest desires. Our Lady of Love. You know, you can ask for help getting there. Ask for help overcoming any issues you're having, okay? So let me see here. So Our Lady of the Love is beautiful too. I'm like all over the place right now. Just give me a second. Okay, so I mean, the grapevines and Our Lady of Love are very positive. So it's the sun and the tree and the Seven of Discs. The only thing, the Fool in reverse and the Eight of Swords are just telling me that you have a mental prison. But if you receive the grapevine card, it's an encouragement to ask for more. Just like I was saying, like ask for exactly. So is the Seven of Swords. So it's pretty much, you can do it. I think you're just in your head. You're really messed up about the whole thing. And don't be afraid to be bold and ask for exactly what you want. You may not receive it right away. And just remember, speaking your desires into the universe is always listening, doesn't mean that it's going to happen like right away. But I know this is how I came into my spirituality. It's like asking and receiving and realizing that is not what I want. And our Lady of Love here is, I think, the last one in the deck, actually, because it's love is everything. Love will heal everything. And so I think there's a lot of signs about lacking self-love or lacking your ability to feel empowered in this situation. And so she's really asking you to call upon love, which is the feeling of home. Like, love is home. And she represents the mother. And so, like, I had a very toxic mother. I never really had a mother who, like, really cared about me. She was, no, like, evil witch mother, okay? And so I am picture, like, anyone in the Mother Miracle, all of our ladies, Our Lady of Love is our mother, okay? And she wants us to feel her love, okay? And she wants us to cast aside doubt and any walls that are holding us back. And she wants to enter into the sacred dwelling of the heart space, okay? And open up our heart space to allow love in, to love ourselves, to pour forth and nourish ourselves, okay? Even if you are not sure if you're ready, you are being called at least to love in a deeper and fuller, more mysterious way than ever, especially to yourself. Whether it's learning to love again after heartbreak, or risking yourself in vulnerability where you normally would remain self-protected, like I was saying. Whether it's daring to give yourself permission to feel all your emotions, or learning to love and surrender into the beauty and sensuality of your own body and its needs for a healing touch. So there is no limit to love that can flow through you. And there's a message for you, for those of you who are in some sort of war with yourself or with someone else, with a community or a system that feels more powerful than you, that you are struggling to assert yourself for truth and justice. Pray to her and allow her to empower the situation, to rectify it karmically. And she will prevail, whether it's obvious to you at the time or not. She's gonna bring karma, okay? Justice always prevails. So the only role you have right now is to pray, okay? So your fortune cookie today is pray, ask exactly what you want, and ask for help getting there. In the next step, ask for help letting go of limiting beliefs, and to love yourself and to love others and to thrive, all right? I hope you go out and thrive, my beautiful loves. All right, Pile 1, I hope that hit home. I hope that note struck a chord with you, my lovelies, and have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. I hope you're doing very well this morning. So you have the 8 of Spades. Ooh, that one just came out. I'm going to put that back because I don't know if it came out first. Okay, I haven't even asked for a message yet. Okay, so the 8 of Spades, the Mountain, and 32. So the Mountain indicates a presence of a mighty enemy. Okay, so and the 8 of Spades is also like the 8 of Swords, which also indicates like feeling like you're being boxed in. So I always picture this card of feeling like you have a feeling of being trapped, that there's something that's boxing you in, and you know, there's something restricting you, and you need to take a direct approach to something. So let's get a fortune cookie. I have like a feeling inside of me right now, so I'm trying to pinpoint that feeling because it's fleeting, but like a worry. It feels like you might be worried about something. Something's worrying you. Oh, let's see if we can. I have paint all over my hands. I just hope everyone don't even care. Okay. All right. What's this one? This one wants to come. This one wants to come. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, Queen of Cups. Okay. Lots of emotions going on. So yeah, I think there's a new beginning. It's got you kind of worried. Lots of emotions flowing, right? So there's money, success, possibly in the mix here, and I'm gonna get some more. And the Queen of Cups, she is definitely, you know, an intuitive woman, and she's full of emotion, and she knows how, she's emotionally intelligent as well, okay? And I see that she's able to like control her emotions. So maybe the spirit is asking you to control your emotions in this new beginning. I know you're feeling restricted, so maybe you need to ask for guidance on how to overcome this feeling that you might have an enemy in this situation, and maybe you need to ask for protection. Okay, so ooh, 6 of Wands. So that's good. It's a new beginning, new hopes, you know, celebrating. So, you know, the mountain to me is also a sign of where I prefer to live, because I am from Colorado. I currently live in, I don't know what to do with this naked ladies, Virginia, and I live in the mountains, and I didn't think I would leave Colorado, but the spirit wanted me here after much praying. Okay. So, you know, there's something, maybe you're being drawn to become a leader in this situation and to become emotionally intelligent and to be the one to overcome the situation. And it's getting you a little nervous and seeing if you're going to be able to flower bouquet. Notice magic in the small moments. Okay. Everything about life is magical. Okay. It's fleeting and magical, just like the 8 of Wands. And then you also have the 9 of Cups. I mean, there's so much good energy here. I think that you need to just let go of the worry, and that Spirit's trying to guide you to ask for assistance in this situation. And you know, you're gonna have a wish come true here. It's definitely good energy, good vibes on this new beginning. I think sometimes change is hard for anybody, and sometimes change means an ending. Our Lady of the Rose, child. These are all beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Yes, indeed, my loves. So I'm drawn to all the flowers, and the flower bouquet in particular, because the bouquet is so fleeting. You know, the beauty of the flower is about staying in the presence. And that's what the card is about. Like, you know, stop and smell the roses, you know what I mean? And engage with the little moments of life. And you know, indulge in self-care beyond just rest, and encourage like a deep shift in your mindset so that you can reduce anxiety. And it's time to spend time in nature and cultivate a better sense of fulfillment and deepen intimacy in your relationships. Like, it's just the idea of being present rather than like living in the future moment, right? And so let me see what our roses. And so I think that like perhaps you are boxing yourself in mentally, and that you are just worried about, it's a big change. Sometimes we get so comfortable in our worry too, that like when things are good, we just keep worrying because we're so used to worrying, and our neurons are actually like programmed that way, you know? So even like if you're in agony, like, or anxiety, sometimes in darkness, things can grow. Beautiful things can grow in darkness. Yeah, that's what the Rose Child. So do not fear the darkness of life, okay? It is necessary for your light to manifest. Okay, so even if you're worried, maybe there's a message here of staying in the present moment. Stop trying to worry about the future. There's nothing you can do. The new beginnings are happening either way. You need to let go and be guided by your emotions. You're going to be able to celebrate and enjoy every aspect. You're going to have a beautiful new beginning. So, You know, even if you feel like you're in agony, you know, like the process of transforming and receiving more life force, or growing into a bigger manifestation of your soul upon this earth, like going to the next step, isn't without that. Like, you have to experience all of these emotions in order to grow. And it's not always what we want or what we think, but sometimes this little nudge of anxiety or agony from the divine is to help push us into, you know, if we're overcoming some really hard things, like grieving, heartbreak, or the loss of a child or something like that, even in those times of suffering, it's part of life, and it goes hand in hand with love, okay? So I know it sounds weird, but it's like, you have to love yourself. You have to, like, indulge in self-care right now and love yourself. If you are worried, do not be mad at yourself, but you have to surrender to your pain so you can find a path through it. Because that's the only way you're going to be boxed into this mountains, unless you find the path forward to the new beginning, okay? And that's through love, loving yourself, okay? And it may not make much sense, but that is the process. Self-love. You start today by loving yourself. Know that you're not alone. Pray to our mother, pray to our father, and ask for guidance to walk through this, and for the challenges to be taken away, the worries to be taken away, but also for the courage and the surrender and trust that you're gonna be led to the right spot. Okay, you're gonna reap the benefits of everything. Okay, try to enjoy the small beautiful things around you today. All right. In order to fully, once you plant the seed, the process from planting the seed to the flower bouquet is a long process. But when you cutting the flowers into the bouquet is not the death of the flower, like some people think. Because, I mean, like I did say that earlier, but I'm talking metaphorically, like there is seeds there to be planted and start the process over again, to regrow in new soil, to try again, and perhaps with a different outcome, okay? But there's always going to be moments in the process where those flowers are still in the ground and you're still going to be able to enjoy their beauty, or they sprout through the earth for the first time, or that feeling of having just planted all of your seeds and watering them for the first time, or that feeling of looking at your beautiful flowers in that vase. There's all these moments along the way that you can stop and literally smell the flowers, okay? So yes, the entire process can be overwhelming and frustrating and get us full of worrisome emotions, sometimes so much emotion we don't know what they are. So just pray, ask for guidance, ask for that feeling to be lifted. And I hope that you were able to get some sort of message today. And you have a beautiful path forward. Sometimes the worst prisons are those in our mind, okay? So look and ask for guidance and help from the above, and you shall receive it. I really hope you know that your garden is blooming and it's beautiful, and you're going to be able to reap the benefits. But you also have the ability to stop and see where you're at in the process and appreciate that today. All right, beautiful people. My cat is going to knock everything down, so I wanted to say goodbye before that happens. All right, love you. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful lovelies who chose file 3. My cat is on the table, so join. This is definitely a pile regarding love. You know, you got the ring, and you got the Queen of Cups. All right. Ooh, that one wanted to be out here. I don't know why I'm starting with these ones. Ooh, the Sun of Cups. The Sun. This one wants to come. I don't know why. Okay. And the Hanged one in reverse. Nudie. Okay. I don't know why I did that backwards for this pile. I don't know why. I think the Sun is the Knight. So yeah, that's weird. Maybe you will have a proposal coming up. I'm sorry, my cat. I have a lot of animals. It's my fault for having attachment. Okay, so yeah, I think that there's going to be a proposal soon. I don't know, like, maybe if it's not with a partner, it's definitely... Okay, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Why did I get 3? I'm doing everything all weird for this pile. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles. It feels like you're losing control over something, I think. You know, the Ace of Swords is definitely about new beginnings, but it's about like a mental, you know, about mental energy, success, creation. It's a win, but then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, so it feels like you've lost something. So you have a win and then a loss and then a losing control. Then you have the Queen of Cups, the Sun of Cups. So lots of emotion. You got the Hanged one, which is about letting go in reverse, which is also meaning you feel like you're losing control of something. Something in your life you're losing control over, and so maybe this proposal makes you feel like you're losing control of your life. And you've been in your head about it. You don't want to face disappointment. You don't know what people are going to think. Let me see here. I think you should probably let go of what other people think, but probably maybe reach out to somebody in the community that might be able to help guide you in this situation. I mean, marriage is a loss of control, especially in these days where we are tied, like financially with our partners. I mean, we always have been, but with the rise of women's independence, we got the credit score now. And so now men are not just, okay. Our Lady of Peace will change. Okay, so Spirit's wanting you to just kind of surrender to this and let go. I know it's hard to do. But sometimes we put ourselves in these predicaments mentally. But I think there are people around you that might be able to help you through this situation. I don't doubt that this has been on your mind and causing a lot of strife, because there is some sort of decision that you're needing to make. But you feel like either way, you feel like you're losing control in making this decision. Maybe you don't want to make the decision yet. I wonder if you have to make the decision. It feels like you feel alone in this situation, but Spirit's wanting to remind you that you're not alone, and that hiding at home without human interaction. I'm sorry, one moment. I have, like I said, my cats always crinkling on stuff. Okay. In the middle of the night, they go crinkle, crinkle, and then they start chewing on my plants. And my plants are my pets too. So yeah, there's a lot of people available to you, even though you might feel alone right now. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to take care of my animal situation. But so the hanged man in reverse can kind of symbolize isolation or like disconnection from source or from people. And perhaps you're feeling victimized by this choice that you have to make. My cats are chewing on a balloon. I apologize. Okay. But the County Fair encourages you to try to seek out the people that might be able to help you. Not everyone's going to be able to help you. But you know that there are people that might have like insight on the situation that might be able to help guide you through. It looks like you do have feelings here that you don't, you know, like either way you feel like you're losing out on a situation right now. It feels like me like it's like weird. Someone's asking for your hand in marriage or something and you don't want to marry them, but you love them still. I don't know. But Our Lady of Peaceful Change indicates that change is coming to you, and it was triggered by loving prayers held deep within your heart. So you need to trust in the universe, trust in God, that you are supported through this change, that you are held safely and securely, and ask for help with this choice. Ask for help in making the decision, because change is going to come, and it's happening now whether you like it or not. And there is an answer to your prayer in this situation, okay? But you have to be able to accept the change with equanimity, depending on the circumstances in the situation. Sometimes it can feel really frightening. Change can feel like overwhelmingly frightening sometimes. But sometimes it's happening for a good reason, okay? And perhaps the sheer magnitude of change requires a lot of emotional energy for us to be able to leap. And in such situations, we might need a little help from those others or the Divine Mother. So if you don't feel like you have anyone, you do have the Divine. You have your spirit angels. You have the Divine Mother, okay? And the Lady of Peaceful Change wants you to pray to her too. And she has taken care of all the details, and you can trust in her and let go of this worry about this decision, about your circumstance or your situation, and pray, and you will feel freer and you will feel better. Ask her to take all of the angst off of you. The Oracle card, brings a general piece of guidance to trust a little more, trust in the universe, and that experience change is inevitable. Okay, unfortunately, that's life. It's change and suffering, but it's so much beauty in all of it, and it's about finding the beauty in the change and finding that sometimes things happen in perfect timing, and we won't realize it for years on end. And change happens naturally as we grow, so we must trust it. And you have to trust yourself, and you have to trust the universe. Okay, and there is peace on the other side of this change. She's promising there will be peace. Okay? And I'm going to say a little prayer real quick. Our Lady of Peaceful Change, Divine Mother Mary, who loves us without condition, is with me now. I accept her love, protection, and sublime grace with gratitude and trust. And I open to divinely inspired change for the greatest good. So be it. And for you too. Amen, sister, brother. All right. So I hope that hit. I feel lighter already, so hopefully you do too. Anyways, I hope that little fortune cookie was something somebody needed to hear somewhere, anytime, anywhere. Love you peeps. See you next time. Bye-bye.